This is Fano from An Hour with the Wolfpack, and this is my segment Stepping Out of Babylon, and this is day 51. Today's day is March 12th, 2016, and today I did the normal morning diet, and then I made a salad. I made a salad. I had a lot of like nut butter. I guess it's called nut and seed butter. I just say nut butter, but nut and seed butter. And man, what else did I do? I think I did a kefir smoothie. So yeah, and then I just did my nighttime normal. It was basically like a normal day. No real cravings for drinking or anything else really. What I began to realize though is that when like eating right is a challenge because it's like this big mental game, and then it's like then you go into like who you socialize with. You know, it's really hard to socialize. I mean, you can socialize with people, but it's really hard to have, like, friends, because not everyone's on it, you know? And then the other phrase on top of that, it's like, you know, who to date. And, I don't know, I guess I'm just really, like, stubborn and picky about shit. So most people are like, well, why don't you just date, like, a hippie or something like that? And I don't like those people because, you know, I feel like a lot of them are just full of shit, and they have these, like, persona like, oh, I'm a hippie, but you eat sugar and do drugs and drink alcohol and shit. So it's like, okay, whatever, I'm not into that. What I'm really into is just eating clean, looking inwards, being happy, and then, you know, still looking like a normal person. Like, you look however you want. You know, you can shave your armpits or not shave your armpits or whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, you can do those things. But I guess like it's all a full 360 circle of things. Like people have real career jobs that are making $50,000, $60,000. You know, they eat bad because you get stressed out from those things and you eat bad. And granted, there's probably like maybe a few people who eat good and have high stress jobs or do some Babylonian work and eat right. I just haven't met them. Like, I haven't really met somebody who really eats close to what I eat or, you know, more extreme than what I eat and still is like a millionaire or something. And that's why I find it funny because, like, you think that people with all this money that have all opportunities to eat, like, the healthiest foods around the world, they basically choose not to. I think it's also the correlation that it's hard to date people that eat really clean, like, find a woman who like eats really clean, is really really conscious, but yet really really like not so far gone into outer space where they're still living a normal human life and still understand that stuff needs to kind of change and life, you know, needs to work out a certain way. But I don't know. A lot of people play also the moderation card a lot, where it's like, well, moderation then's fine. It's like, okay, but no one fucking eats in moderation. I don't really see a lot of people doing it. I don't see a lot of people eating one slice of cake a month. I don't see people smoking only one cigarette or something once a week, you know, or smoking a little bit of weed once in a while, or just drinking once in a while. Like, people say that, and I really like it when people say, like, oh, I don't really drink. I only drink on like special occasions, but then like they're drinking soda or they're just eating like pastas and like just all this fucking sugar stuff. So, but then on top of that too, it's like a lot of these people, they live very like, I don't know, like not like, I don't know, I just feel like people don't like do arts, like they don't make music or draw things or do all these things or build or grow a garden or, I just feel like people don't do a ton of things. They kind of just work. Maybe they work out and then they try to like work on themselves and try to be funny with people. Or I just feel like people don't really do anything. And so it's like, why not eat bad and have bad relationships and do all these things? And I don't know, like it's kind of weird that I'm not saying like I'm super duper 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 conscious, but I'm just saying like I'm pretty aware and I'm pretty okay with like, you know, understanding people and talking to people, and I just want everyone to be happy and stuff. But it's like the more and more, I don't know, people call it waking up, but I think it's more like the more that you become aware, if you want the reality you live in to be what you think in your head. So you want everyone to be happy, you want everyone to do their thing, and you want yourself to feel that way. And I just feel like, to really do that, you do have to give up a lot of stuff, because a lot of stuff is made up and they just give it to us to distract us and or to keep us uh believing stuff. And the big thing I was thinking about today, because I was like walking, I saw someone's garage and I was just like, they had all this shit, and I was like, why do people have all these things? I didn't see this person had like a big garden or tons of seeds or water they were storing, or like none of that stuff. It was just like they had a bunch of crap and things. And I was like, what is this? Like, this person really has nothing. They just have things that don't do anything. It's like, I can understand if they have like a fortress, or they're like building a wall, or they're building like a booby trap, or I don't know, something, or growing some magical garden, or farming some animals to have food, or growing fish. I don't know, like something in that frame, but yeah, they weren't. They just had a bunch of things, and I think it's so interesting that's all they teach us, and then all these like famous people, actors, musicians, all this stuff. All they do is just keep on promoting that lifestyle. It's like, well, why do you do that? Like, do you realize like when you promote that, people that don't have that lifestyle will be like, oh, I want to be like them, and just want to buy crap. Why don't you just promote, grow your own food, and build your own stuff, and make your own shoes, and like do all these things? But everyone's like, they're on chemicals. That's like really what it boils down to. Either it's on food chemicals, substance chemicals, in the water chemicals, in the air chemicals, or just in thoughts of chemicals. Like people, convince people to think certain ways. But I don't know. That's why I really believe, like, if stuff is going to change, it all starts with you. It all starts with your diet. It all starts with what you eat. Eat the closest thing to what you are. You know, give up a lot of stuff because it's not real. Like, the stuff that we make up as human beings, or whatever these people are that are making stuff that's no real use, uh, you know, you just give it up and go back to nature. Like, go back to getting sunlight, go back to breathing good air, go back to having happy thoughts, go back to loving and helping people, and watching people growing your own food, and having animals that give you food. Like, live that type of lifestyle versus really having nothing but objects that only have any value to maybe another human that would think that. But there's tons of like tribal people who could give a shit less about you driving a brand new car or having a suit or something. Like, they don't care. Every animal in the world doesn't care. So I don't know. Humans are interesting, but I know they can go back, inside of themselves and figure life out. I think we went outside of our bodies too much. We gotta go back inside and be more in our reality of ourselves. So I like that, and this is Fano from An Hour with the Wolf Pack, and this is my segment Stepping Out of Babylon, and this is day 51. Today's date is March 12th, 2016. And I hope everyone lives with love and compassion, because if you don't love yourself, you're not compassionate of yourself, you can't be compassionate and loving of other people.